Yo guys, Rethink Solutions here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can lower and remove all keyboard and mouse input delay so you guys can have the snappiest edits, shoot faster than your opponents, and have the fastest place build time. So if you guys want to go ahead and remove all keyboard and mouse input delay, keep watching. Let's jump into it. Alrighty guys, so the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is head over to the link that's going to be in the description below, and it's going to bring you guys to the linkforties.com website link here. So as soon as you guys are here, you guys are going to see in the bottom right this little gray button. You guys are going to go ahead and click on this free access button. It's going to take us to our download link. So after we click on this, guys, it should take you to the media file link. If you guys do have to bypass some ads, that's perfectly fine. Just follow the directions that are in front of the screen. And after you guys do follow those directions, you should see the media file link. Some of you might automatically brought here, so it's fine either way. Just follow the directions, complete the ad quickly, and then you'll be brought to the download link. So once you're brought to the download link, you can go ahead and download this here, and we're going to go ahead and download the Rethink Solutions KBM Zero Delay Pack.zip. So we can go ahead and save this to our desktop as well by clicking top left quick access and then click save. So after this, guys, we're going to go ahead and close our browser, and we're going to go ahead and double click the zip folder once it's extracted to your desktop, and go ahead and click on the folder inside of the .zip and drag it out to your desktop. Now guys, before we get into the pack, we're actually going to go ahead and configure some Windows settings first, so let's go ahead and jump into those before we open up the pack. So guys, the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is head over to the bottom left Windows icon here, and we're going to type in Control Panel, and you guys are going to go ahead and see it here. So once you guys do type in Control Panel, go ahead and left click on the app here. And from here, guys, first thing we're going to go ahead and do is configure the keyboard settings. So it's going to be located in the third row. So if you have large icons, it's going to be in the third row here. Same thing with small icons, it'll be in the third row. So go ahead and click on keyboard, and let's go ahead and fix your keyboard delay. So after you guys click on this, it's going to bring you this little keyboard properties menu here. And I want you guys to put this repeat delay to short, as well as the repeat rate. I want you guys to put this to fast. So once you guys have this on short and fast, go ahead and click apply, and then you guys can go ahead and just test it out. And you guys are going to notice that when you hold down your key presses, it's going to be significantly faster. What this is going to make sure that it does is whenever you guys go to edit or place a build, there is no delay within your keystroke presses. So let's go ahead and jump into the mouse settings here. So after this, go ahead and click on OK, and we're going to go ahead and look for mouse. Mouse is going to be in the first little section here, so go ahead and click on mouse. So after you guys click on mouse, make sure this button is unticked here for the primary and secondary, unless you guys like that. Double click speed, you guys can leave this on default. It should be somewhere in the middle. And we're going to go ahead and head over to pointer options at the top here. So once you guys are at pointer options, you guys can go ahead and click on the select point speed. Make sure this is on the 6-1, so go ahead and count from the first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So make sure it's on the 6-1. That's going to make sure that this is on default. Please make sure enhanced pointer precision is off, guys. That is going to significantly mess up your aim, and it's going to throw off your mouse latency and cause tons of delay, and your aim will not be on point as long as that's checked. So make sure this box is empty, guys. Do not check this box. If you have it checked, make sure enhanced pointer precision is unchecked. So after you guys uncheck this, go ahead and click on OK. And from here, we can go ahead and jump into the device manager. So you guys can look all the way to the right, and you guys are going to see device manager. So let's go ahead and click on this as well. And it's going to be in the fourth row over here. So let's click on device manager. After this, guys, I want you guys to go to the top of device manager, and I want you guys to click on view. After this, I want you guys to click on devices by connection, the second option here. So let's click on that. So let's go ahead and scroll down. And for most of you guys, all of these the little left arrows will already be unchecked. But if you guys have an NVIDIA graphics card, please follow this step first. So if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, left click the little arrow next to the PCI to PCI bridge sections. And then you guys are going to see one of them that's going to have your graphics card name, as well as it's going to say high definition audio controller with the USB 3.10 extensible host controller, or whatever USB you guys have. So whichever one you guys see with your graphics card name and your high definition audio controller inside of the PCI to PCI bridge, and you can open it up by just clicking the little arrow next to it and just see which one has your graphics card name. So once you guys find this, I want you guys to click on high definition audio controller, right click it, and click disable device. Now, if you guys do lose audio, you guys can keep this enabled, but most of you actually don't use these drivers at all, and it's actually causing a significant amount of delay. So go ahead and disable this. So if you guys can, it is best to make sure that you guys are using your headphones through USB, as that's going to give you guys the best latency on your Windows. So after this, guys, go ahead and click on disable device on the high definition audio controller, and then it's going to ask you disabling this device will cause it to stop functioning, and then we're going to click yes. So once again, guys, that's going to significantly help with delay, as audio is a major factor on why your game's performance could be worse and not as responsive as it should be. Now, I want you guys to go ahead and click on the NVIDIA USB in the same section as well. Most of you will not be using these USB ports, and it's actually causing a ton of system stress, because it has to pretty much give power to USB ports that aren't even being utilized, which is not what we want. So we're going to go ahead and right click this, guys, and go ahead and click on disable device and click yes. Once again, guys, if you guys do lose connection to any input devices, you guys can either change the USB ports on your computer or just turn it back on, but it's highly recommended to make sure that this is turned off. So if you guys are using USB ports that use this here, make sure it's off. So after this, guys, I want you guys to go ahead and scroll up one more time here, and then you guys are going to go ahead and see something here. So you guys are going to see the Intel USB 3.1 extensible host controller, and it's pretty much going to have all of the devices that you actually are using. So you guys should be seeing the USB root hub. Some of you might be 3.1, some of you might say 3.0, mine says 3.0. So it's going to be like right above the PCI to PCI bridge for most of you. After this, guys, I want you guys to go ahead and right click the root hub. I want you guys to click on power management, and I want you guys to uncheck this box on the root hub. So on USB root hub 3.0, make sure you uncheck allow the computer to turn off this device to save power, and allow this device to wake the computer. Make sure you turn both of these off, guys, as that's just going to make sure that your USBs are always running at maximum capacity and they're not being delayed by any power settings. So go ahead and click on OK, and then you guys can go ahead and close Device Manager. So after that's done, guys, we're going to go ahead and open up the Rethink Solutions Zero Delay KBM pack, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into the folder. So let's go ahead and get into it. So guys, after you do have the Rethink Solutions KBM Zero Delay pack open, I want you guys to go ahead and look for the folder called sudo. This is pretty much a program which is going to run your registry files with the maximum privileges to make sure that your Windows recognizes the changes and make sure that it saves on every restart. So I want you guys to look for the sudo lg.exe, right click it, and run as administrator. After this, guys, it's going to bring up the little launcher that looks like this. I want you guys to look for the enable all privileges box here, and I want you guys to check this. So after this, guys, I want you guys to go ahead and pretty much just push it to the right. Make sure you can see both your folder and the sudo launcher, as we're going to be needing to drag files over into the open section. So click the top left arrow to go back, and we're going to start with full screen exclusive. So go ahead and open up the full screen exclusive folder here. After this, guys, I want you guys to go ahead and click on enable FSC and disable game bar. So I want you guys to go ahead and drag it over into the open section, and then I want you guys to go ahead and click run. After this, go ahead, it's going to ask you, do you want to continue, and click yes. And if you guys do want to go back to default, the default is in parentheses, but it is highly recommended that you do enable full screen exclusive. It's pretty much just going to make sure that your Windows is making sure that your responses are as snappy as possible, and it's going to lock your game in a window to the fact where your Windows is going to be able to push all the performance and focus on your game, which is definitely what you want. So guys, after this, I want you guys to go ahead and click on devicecleanup.exe. I want you guys to right click this, and then I want you guys to click run as administrator. After this, guys, you guys are going to have a list of devices that are actually being used by your RAM, causing a performance decrease. So you guys are going to go ahead and click devices at the top, click select all, and then you guys are going to click devices again, and you guys are going to click remove selected. So once again, guys, when you do this, it is going to free up a bunch of free RAM that your computer is using, and it's going to put more emphasis on making sure that your game performs. So this really helps, especially if you guys are streaming or recording, as pretty much your Windows only has to operate the OS, the game, and the streaming software, not any external old devices that you're not even recognized or using. So you guys can go ahead and close the device cleanup tool as well. From here, guys, let's go ahead and open up the overclock software, and let's go ahead and overclock our keyboard. This is gonna help significantly, guys, and this is something I really like to do to make sure my keyboard is as responsive as it can be. So you guys can go ahead and click on the suiteload.sir here, and I want you guys to go ahead and right click it and click install certificate. This is pretty much going to make sure that the overclock software settings can be saved whenever you restart your computer, which is definitely what you want. So after this, guys, it's going to ask you where to store location, make sure it's on current user, and then click next. And then make sure you automatically select the certificate store based on the type of certificate, click next again. And from here, guys, it's going to ask you completing the certificate import wizard, and click finish in the bottom right. And it should say the import was successful in a little window if you've done it right. So then after this, click OK, and then you're going to click driver at the top. From here, guys, I want you guys to click on setup.exe, and I want you guys to drag it over into the open inside of sudo. So like this. Then I want you guys to click run, and now you guys are going to see the overclock software is now going to open. I want you guys to look in the top left, and I want you guys to go ahead and change it from mice or whatever yours says, and I want you guys to put this on keyboards. We're not going to be overclocking our mouse, as that's going to throw off your mouse polling rate set by whatever mouse provider or software you guys are using, and it's usually not best to do that. But as far as overclocking your keyboard, it is perfectly safe and highly recommended, and something I like to do. So guys, first thing you're going to do here, when you see your keyboard, you should only see one thing here. You're going to click on install service. After this, guys, I want you guys to go ahead and click on filter on device in the bottom left. Then you guys are going to see the selected rate to the right of that. It's going to say default, and I want you guys to put this on 1000. This is going to make sure that your keyboard polling rate is on 1000, which is the highest recommended polling rate for all devices. After this, guys, I want you guys to click install service one more time, and then I want you guys to go ahead and click restart. So after you guys do click restart, you should see all of your settings saved, just like mine here. And after this, I want you guys to unplug your keyboard and then plug it back in. So after you guys have plugged your keyboard back in, I want you guys to just hit install service one more time, and boom, everything is going to be saved. After this, you guys can hit the close in the bottom, and it's going to go ahead and exit. Now I want you guys to hit the top left arrow one more time, hit it one more time. So you guys are going to hit it twice, and then I want you guys to go ahead and scroll down to MSI Util v3. I want you guys to go ahead and drag this over into the open section in the sudo once again, and then you guys are going to click run. After this, guys, you guys are going to see the MSI mode utility tool open up, and I want you guys to look for your graphics card. So what this is going to do, guys, is pretty much make sure that your graphics card is performing at the highest ability, and make sure that all your inputs and everything is syncing with the best possible way that your computer can perform, giving you the best latency and the best FPS. So I want you guys to go ahead and look for your graphics card. And so I currently have a GeForce RTX 2070 Super. Whatever you guys have, find your graphics card in the name section on the left. Look to the right. You guys are going to see this little MSI box here, and I want you guys to check it. So once again, guys, find your graphics card and check the MSI box. After this, you guys are going to see interrupt priority to the right. It's going to say undefined. Keep it on undefined, as you do not want to change that for the best performance. So make sure the MSI box is checked by your graphics card, and keep this on undefined, and then I want you guys to hit apply. So after you guys hit apply, you guys can go ahead and hit the X in the top right. And then after this, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the Win32 priority separator.exe. So let's go ahead and right click this, and I want you guys to go ahead and run this as administrator. You don't have to drag this one in sudo, so that's all fine. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys the best values. So there's a couple of values you guys can play around with inside of this program. It's extremely good, and it's going to really affect how you see your game visually and how responsive and snappy and smooth your game feels. So this is a super important program. So guys, I'm going to give you guys the best values that you can try. No particular order. You guys can try 2A. You guys can try 28. which is extremely snappy. Default on most computers is going to be 26. So if you like 26, you can give that a try. 1A is not bad at all either. You guys can go ahead and try 16. You guys can try 7777. The one I personally use is quadruple F 3F91. And then you guys can also try the triple F 9887. So go ahead and give all those a try, guys. I personally use the quadruple F 3F91. So I'm going to go ahead and click on change to it. And it's now going to say your Win32 priority separation has been set to it. So after you guys click the one you guys want, and once again, you guys can test these out while your game is open. It's perfectly fine. And see which one you guys like on your computer. It varies per hardware. So after this is done, guys, I want you guys to go ahead and click on OK. And then you guys are going to go ahead and click close on the top right. After this, guys, we're going to go ahead and configure our filter key settings. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this now. Alrighty, guys, so now I want you guys to go ahead and click on the filter key setter.exe, and I want you guys to go ahead and drag it over into your sudo open section once again, just like the other one. Make sure enable all privileges is still checked, and I want you guys to go ahead and click the run again in the bottom right. After this, you guys are now going to see the filter key setter program open up, and I want you guys to go ahead and change the settings to exactly what I changed them to. So your ignore under is going to be on 1000 ms by default. I want you guys to change this to 0. Your repeat delays should say 1000 ms on default. I want you guys to change this to 125. Your repeat rate is going to be on 500 ms. I want you guys to change this to 25. Now you guys are going to see the flag section in the top right here. I want you guys to go ahead and check the on box, check available, and we're going to uncheck confirm activation. We're going to uncheck activation sound. We're going to uncheck show status. And we're going to uncheck key click. Now in the bottom right, I want you guys to see the little when applied section here, and I want you guys to click on save to registry. After this, I want you guys to go ahead and hit apply. And after you guys hit apply, I like to usually hit it twice. You guys can go ahead and click on the test area section and hold down your keyboard. You guys are now going to see that there's no delay in between your keystrokes when you do press them down. Now, if this messes up your typing or it's a little too fast for you guys can set the repeat delay to 150 if you want it a little slower, and 150 works just as well good. So you guys can either try 125 for the best latency, or you guys can try 150 if that's a little too fast for you guys. So they both work great. I personally use 125, so I'm going to keep my repeat delay there. And you just go ahead and click apply again, and then you can go ahead and click on OK. Go ahead and click exit out the pack as well, and you guys can exit out of sudo. After this, guys, I want you guys to go ahead and click on the little folder at the bottom, and we're going to go ahead and go to where our Fortnite game is located. So mine's going to be located inside of this PC. Some of you guys might have it in your C drive. I currently have mine in a different folder. So as soon as you do find it, go ahead and go to your game section. Make sure you guys go to Fortnite, and then go to Fortnite game. And after you guys go to Fortnite game, go to binaries. After binaries, Win64. Scroll down, and you guys are going to see a list of all of your Fortnite icons. So once you guys do have your Fortnite game binaries Win64 folder pulled up, I want you guys to go ahead and right click all of the Fortnite icons that you see. Click properties. I want you guys to click on compatibility. Click on disable full screen optimizations. Go ahead and make sure this is checked. Go ahead and click on change high DPI settings, and click on override high DPI scaling behavior. Make sure this is checked and on application. Go ahead and click OK, apply, OK. So I want you guys to do this for all of the Fortnite icons you see here. So let's go ahead and go into it. So once again, properties, compatibility, make sure disable full screen optimizations is checked. Click on change high DPI settings. Make sure this box is checked and on application. OK, apply, OK. Same thing for the EAC.exe, properties, compatibility, disable full screen optimizations, change high DPI settings, check this box, make sure it's on application, OK, apply, OK. And same thing for the Fortnite launcher.exe, compatibility, disable full screen optimizations, change high DPI settings, check this box, make sure it's on application, OK, apply, and OK. I already have mine set, so you got my apply is not going to highlight like you guys's, but make sure you guys are hitting apply after every time and then hit OK. After this, go ahead and exit out of this, and that is going to be it for the video, guys. Now I want you guys to restart your computer, and after that you guys can get to slamming on some kids. You guys can get back to hitting crazy one pumps, hitting crazy clips, and hopefully placing in some tournaments. If this helped, guys, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. It's been Rethink Solutions.